I first uh, want to apologise for not uploading for a little bit. Was I that busy? No. Was I that tired? Yes. Could I have not been that tired if I went to bed at proper times? Also yes. So, for this I apologise. It's been a bit of an odd week. Well, every week's been an odd week because every week's been so normal. Like, there's nothing interesting happening. I got very cross with one of my co-workers early in the week, and that's sort of, I got asked about it every day until the end of my week, because I never get angry. But this co-worker has really been pushing my limits with what I can tolerate and ignore, and they seem completely oblivious to their own transgressions. Which is my least favorite kind of whatever kind of thing that is, I don't know. I haven't managed to accomplish or start anything I plan to do this weekend. This weekend being Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday. In part because I got distracted or I didn't sleep well, but mostly just through my own, I don't know, I feel like I'm in a slump, right? Maybe it's just I'm out of sync, because every time I don't want to hang out with people, there's people around to hang out with, and because moments for that are fleeting, I just opt to take those instead of doing what I set out to do on a given day. But every time I want to hang out with people and I feel lonely or bored, there's nobody around. Even on a Friday night like this, there's nobody around. Sometimes I wonder if this is how my dog feels when I leave the house. Maybe. I had a weird dream the other night, a long one, that I, unfortunately, because I neglected to record yesterday and the day before, I've mostly forgotten. In fact, I've almost entirely forgotten. If I thought on it really hard, it would come back to me. I thought I had forgotten it the day it had happened, but then I remembered the whole thing while I was in the shower. So maybe if I run some water over my head right now, I'd be able to remember it, but I'm not going to do that so close to a bunch of recording equipment. That wouldn't be very good. One of the things I set out to do this week, on this weekend, on my days off from work, to be as clear as possible, was to start work on the next background for the season. And that's what I wanted to do last night. So I started by clearing out my Twitter bookmarks for reference imagery, and then sorting that into my folders, and then my intent was to go through my folders and find what reference imagery would work. But then things in my bookmarks reminded me of other things I need to do. Like there's a tool for Blender called it's called U2 Paint, but it's spelled UCU. That everybody praises the heck out of and says it's extremely useful. So I figured I may as well learn that. But then I went to use it, and it's a little complicated, and I would be able to make it easier if I had my materials stored in a better way. So I spent the next 8 hours reorganizing and re-downloading every single material I had downloaded. And I didn't even finish by the time the sun came up and I went to bed. When I woke up, I continued until I think like 8 p.m. But I got it done. That's done at least. I now have a material library accessible from in Blender rather than having to go through my folders and windows. And you know what? U2 Paint is pretty useful, so I learned how to use that, but after all that organizing and all that staring at my laptop screen and all that isolated organizing sort of left me feeling socially discharged, socially empty, and I wanted to socialize. So I checked what games I have, I checked my friends lists, I checked the servers, and nobody I want to talk to is around. And even places where I'd find strangers are largely dead on a Friday night. So instead I digitally ran in circles, going from my web browser, YouTube, Twitter, to Steam, friends list, activity page, game workshops, library, to games, server to server to server, to Discord, from DMs to channels in servers, then back to YouTube, Twitter, and I did this for a few hours before I realized I was effectively starving to death, and I needed water and food. So I went and got that, and I realized something while I was in the kitchen preparing my plate of crackers, cheese, and little meat slices. I have to talk myself into doing almost anything. Like, I haven't watched that romance anime, which is still open on my monitor here, so let me go over the name. the fragrant flower blooms with dignity, or the Japanese one is kaoru hana wa rintu saku, which I don't know how well I pronounced that, but you get the point. I talked about it like a few weeks ago, and it's finished because the anime season has pretty much ended here, and we're on to the fall one now. But I haven't watched past episode 9 because every time I've looked at it, I'm like, no, I don't have the time for that, or I should be doing something else right now. I should be doing something productive. And while I was in the kitchen, I had to talk myself into watching it because I'm like, you're lonely, you're bored, you can watch it right now, it'll make you feel better in some kind of way. You know you enjoy it already, just watch it, you moron. And I had to give myself a talk while I was counting the cheese slices. And with that, I did decide to watch another episode, and yes, I did enjoy it. And yes, I want to watch the next one. But more than that, I wanted to record this, because, well, it's not socializing, it's flexing similar muscles, right? It's talking. And that can help, right? It's like people pretending to smoke cigarettes to help with their cigarette addiction by just like holding it in their mouth and not lighting it. I don't know. Oh, good news. I got paid. Well, I finished last week that commission, and I got paid. And God bless the terrible economy, the conversion rate from US dollars to Canadian dollars is like, well, it's an actual multiplier, right? So I can say some low number like, yeah, it'll only be 160 or 150, and then for me that comes out to over $200, which is pretty great. I always feel bad charging people for things, because I guess I never feel like what I do is something other people can't do, right? I've just put my time into it, and that's whatever, right? I don't know, it's a complicated moral quandary. I had other thoughts, but I've once again forgotten to write things down. I wish every time I'd open my phone it would open the Notes app instead of going to whatever I last had open. At this point I should just be carrying... I've said this before, I just need to buy a journal. Like a journal. It's like a little notebook that I can... like a notebook and a pen that I have on me at all times. I can doodle in it, I can write in it. The only problem is my handwriting's terrible. Like, it's largely illegible. I have to write really, really slow for it to be legible. I had motor skill issues in my hands as a kid, so when the other kids were learning to write all the letters properly, I was learning how to type because my fingers were better at that than the writing thing. It's also why I've never been that good at drawing. Yeah. Still, even with having been typing more than I've ever been writing, you'd think my typing speed would be faster, but I only average like... This is stupid. I'm going to do a typing test right now. Okay. Oh, made a mistake. Yeah, I only average around 90. And even then, I make lots of mistakes. Now, in my defense of that particular try there, I'm sort of having to reach over the microphone to get at the keyboard. So it's a little uncomfortable. And I'm sure I could get marginally faster if I just move the microphone out of the way, but I don't want to do that. One thing I wanted to do today specifically that I didn't get around to was work on some of the songs that I haven't put out. Like, I have this one song that's like mostly produced, but I just need to record a bass section for it and then tweak a lot of things. But it'll come out sounding pretty great, I think, if I just work on it. But it's from over a month ago. In fact, I think it's from like 2 months ago, and I haven't fixed it. And then from a month ago, the recordings I did with my friends. One of them has a lot of potential, and I think I could turn it into a pretty good song, and that's what I wanted to do today, but I haven't touched it. Right, like I wanted to do that, but right now I just, like this whole evening I haven't felt motivated to. I'm feeling demotivated, baseline. Also, hold on, I'm going to go close my door. I just realised I had left the door ajar. Just not great when you're recording, is it? Anyway. What was the post I made last night? I said something as a sort of prelude to this, my bad. Right, the domestic inconvenience, which I'm going to I guess I can get into that. So this domestic inconvenience started when my brother started drinking. And I can sort of tell when he started drinking based on how his text messages come out. Then there's no typos, they're just overly enthusiastic. And he was insistent on making brownies using like the Betty Crocker brownie mix. And he started making them at 10 p.m. and I had to spend the next 6 hours wrangling this drunk buffoon. And when he's drunk, he just sort of talks in circles, where he'll go through the same 5 topics over and over again, sort of forgetting what my answers were as it goes on and forgetting what has happened already. And it's funny the first time, but after 6 hours it's not. That took up way too much of my night. I probably would have gotten the sorting of my material library done last night, if not for that inconvenience. I didn't go outside today, and I don't think I went outside yesterday either. No, stupid. I took my car to the car wash yesterday, but that was like a 20-30 minute outing, and then I was back home. But today I didn't go out. I don't even think I've stepped foot into the backyard. I had an Amazon package that was supposed to arrive on Wednesday, but I haven't seen or heard of it. Well, it was supposed to arrive on Tuesday, and then they said no tomorrow, and then they said no tomorrow again, and then I haven't seen it. So I did see a non-Amazon delivery van driving through one of the nearby neighborhoods with its back door open, which is probably not great when there's just a bunch of loose boxes back there. Yeah, I wonder what happened to that guy. I feel like I should have said something, but somebody else looked like they were already about to. And I figured, if he's going into this neighborhood that doesn't have any out, he's probably delivering something in the neighborhood, and he'll stop and he'll see. Is that like a bystander bias thing? I don't know. I don't know what bystander bias is. Yeah, I found myself sort of nostalgic for an era I haven't been nostalgic for in a while, because I think I was pretty miserable at the time. It was... Well, when I think of my physical life, like my school life and that, and my time with friends, that's like one thing. But my digital life, my time on like games with social aspects, or on games in general, that's a separate thing. My memories of a lot of the games I've played don't contain the frame of my monitor. It's just what's inside the screen. Nothing else. So in my head, it may as well be real, right? Holds the same weight. Anyway, a game I bring up a lot, or two games I bring up a lot, are Tower Unite and Garry's Mod. Both of these games are sort of linked by one chain, and that is Garry's Mod Tower, which Tower Unite is a successor to. I'm going to sit up for this. Garry's Mod Tower was a Club Penguin style Gary's mod server and game mode, dreamed up by this guy when he was in high school, and then with a few friends and a few community members, he made the game, and then he made the mini games, and then he made and then people made maps for the games, and so on and so forth. And then eventually, after like 5 or 6 years of Gary's Mod Tower, they decided to start a Kickstarter and an Indiegogo for Tower Unite. And when Tower Unite came out, Gary's Mod Tower went down. They took it down. Sort of had everybody hop ship, which felt sort of, at the time, like a dick move, because at the time, Tower Unite was largely featureless in comparison to Gary's Mod Tower. Like, it was more graphically impressive and had limitless potential, but it was empty. Anyway, Gary's Mod Tower is its own thing. Was very special to me, because when I was a kid I tried to play it but couldn't, and then when I rediscovered it in middle school, it was on its deathbed. So I didn't get to experience it as much as I wish I had, which led to this sort of nostalgia for what I couldn't, or what could have been if I had remembered it existed. That nostalgia led to me listening to the Gary's Mod Tower soundtrack a lot throughout 2016, 2017 and 2018, and a little bit further on as well. The soundtrack itself only contains a handful of unique tracks, some of which made their way into Tower Unite, but many of which did not, or go unused. But it had this ethereal, sort of welcoming sound to it. Something I can't describe. It sounds like, I don't know. It evokes such a feeling in me that words fail to capture. Like a mole without the noise and without the dread of it being empty. Or the dread that comes with it being empty. Like a specific, like a non-liminal space, I guess. That liminal space thing is when a place looks exceptionally generic, and because of that, when it's empty, it's strange, right? Like you're seeing a familiar scene in a way you shouldn't, but this is like the opposite of that. It's empty, yes. Or maybe it isn't. But it is familiar. And it's not frightening whether or not it's empty. It's not liminal. It felt like a place I wanted to go to if it was real. was tropical and bright and sunny and modern and I don't know. For reference, the only song I can remember off of the soundtrack that you can find online is The Gold Lining by Broke for Free, which I'm going to Google now to make sure I've got right. Yeah, The Gold Lining by Broke for Free. It's the type of music you like. I don't even know where I'd hear it, if I'm being honest. It's not like something somebody puts in their playlist, really. Broke for Free is not a very popular artist, at least on Spotify. There are no words. It's just sound to emotion. Like summer without the heat, or winter without the cold. Just the positive emotions of each. I don't know. I used to skip gym class, right? I've never been fond of a lot of the games they make you play in gym class. So in junior high, I just opted to stop going, and instead of going into the gym and into the changing room, I just put on my jackets, put in my earbuds and go outside and sit on a bench and wait for the bell to ring so I could go back to whatever class I had next. On my phone I had the Garry's Mod Tower soundtrack, and a lot of them were just soundscapes as well, so I'd close my eyes and be put there. It's a feeling I have no clue how to express or replicate, really. I hope one day I can figure it out and I can share it with you. Or maybe somehow through my nonsense ramblings you can discern what I mean, or maybe you have this has reminded you of something you've experienced before. And maybe you can help me figure out what I mean. Maybe. For those who are extra curious and happen to own a copy of Garry's Mod, for the 10th year anniversary of Garry's Mod Tower, they brought the original server back online. It's not the one I played the most, but it's the one, and it's a little older than the one I played the first time. I think it's like the third or second. There were a lot of revisions to the map. I think it's like the 2012 version of it, maybe. 2012, 2013 and 2014, somewhere around there. It's that version. But that background music is still there. In all the different areas, there's different background music. It's quiet, unfortunately, and the volume slider for it doesn't seem to work. And even more unfortunately, the games don't seem to work either. I'm not sure why the server is still up, but I'm glad it was, because I went to check it out today. It, as a thing, sort of speaks to something I've come to realize over these last few years, and that's the smaller and more manageable a group or a game or a community or what have you, the smaller it is, the better. The nicer things can be, the safer it feels, the better it feels. When something gets too big and there are so many hands on the wheel, you can't do little things for little people. When your community is 1,000 people and you're at the helm of the ship, you can't single out any one person. Communication becomes harder, and execution of orders becomes harder, not execution of people. Things just become harder when it gets too big, and I think that's what the transition from Garry's Mod Tower to Tower Unite did. There is a sense of community, but it's not half as tight-knit as it used to be, right? As things get bigger, the gaps in the weave start to go from gaps to holes. I don't know, that's a bad analogy, but I'm sure you understand what I mean. I figured now is as good a time as any to play a song. Now, well, let me tune my guitar first, but while I'm tuning, I can explain something. The song I'm about to play is called Grand Canyon, which, if I'm being completely honest, there's a chance I've played it before. But this song was used in a video that has made me cry more than once, and that's the end credits to Garry's Mod Tower. Because when the day they were going to kill, well, the day they killed the server and took the whole thing offline while I was at school, they dropped a video called Garry's Mod Tower end credits, and it's this beautiful cinematic production that shows the earliest footage of Garry's Mod Tower, the earliest footage of this small thing by a small group of people, projected onto the walls of the latest, of like the current server, right? And as the song comes in and it goes, and you're hearing and seeing the beta footage, the alpha footage from the first Gary's Moon Tower playtest, and then the first Christmas event, and the first Halloween, and the first video about it to hit it big, being projected on the walls. It's nighttime in the plaza, which it never is. And there's videos being projected all throughout the years, through the entire life of Gary's Moon Tower. Everywhere. And as the song goes in, and the camera pans through, you can see the lights around the plaza turning off for the last time, never to be turned on again. Anyway, the song goes like this. From the Phoenix lift off, somewhere over Blackfoot Reserve, above Drumheller, sky host is stars to serve, cloud shadows on the mountain, and our shadows on the mountainside. After Salt Lake City, I have time to close my eyes before the Grand Canyon. As we move south, I pray the Grand Canyon take our plane inside its mouth. This song is a bit hard for me to play because the strums are offbeat, or rather the strums and the lyrics are offbeat from each other. Anyway, the melody of the thing goes like... strumming's a bit odd as well. It sounds so simple, but it's tough to get right. Anyway. We know the material in these songs, the serious lines, under palms ethereal, in Hollywood's mysterious wild. These are coarse imaginings where cannibal inspectors thrive on delirious ramblings, now in real and troubling times, in the warm confusion of looming foliage outside. Motel room obscura, divining by Venetian blind. And this part in the song, there's a saxophone solo, and a solo from another instrument, of which I can't identify, but there's no lyrics for the rest of the song. Just that same melody. don't know why this song gives me such trouble. Anyway, the song only has 2 verses. There was a point in which I was trying to write a 3rd verse for it, but I never got anywhere with that. Still, that video is extremely well produced, and contains lots of like micro references to real things that had happened on that server, to real people. Not some story thing, real things, real people. It made those who experienced it feel involved, and of course, there's a big thank you to the players at the end. I've watched that video a number of times over the years, and if I think too hard about it, I do start to tear up. It means a lot to me, really. I should play a song that's a little easier to play though. Something I have more on lock, right? Oh, but I don't know. What do I have on lock that I haven't played on here before? I did manage to work out the intro to the Racing Mount Pleasant album. So I can play that. But it's a song with multiple measures, so maybe I'll just play the intro. Don't know why my things are creaking so much. Well, it seems to have stopped. Anyway. It's a mess. Draw me and quarter me, spent all November in bed. Sorry you can rest. I'm a mess. Life flows through the room, bends all around you well. You undress. Show me your best dress. As I lie and I try to forget what it means to feel you. You're the edge of all I know. And from there the song gets really crazy, but like That's not even how it goes. It's more like along the lines, but it's a lot of horns and such. So to represent it accurately is beyond me. And I can't really play anything beyond that bit. So the ending of it, though, does go like... Then it speeds up until eventually it's like basically strumming it, and then I honestly forget where it goes from there, but you get the point. I wish I knew more songs related to what I was talking about, but I don't think I do. If I scroll all the way up in my guitar songs I've learned, maybe something from that era will pop up. I'm not seeing anything, unfortunately. I swear I learned a bunch of songs this week, but I don't think I added them to the playlist. How silly of me. Let me check my history. Let's see. No, not really. Yeah, let's check the playlist. What have I... Actually, I don't know how up to date this... Oh, this list is not up to date at all. I haven't added anything to it since August. Ah! So I don't know if I've played this one. Maybe this one? I'll try this one. This is Monsoon by Hippocampus. One of my favourite songs from it, if I'm being honest. It is 2 days after the 1st of June. I'm fine with arms rushing off the dew, and like a sky copious with death, precipitation of heart and hand. She'll wash the rest of her youth away and carry on with it as she may. But something's pending capaciously. Something will agree with me. this one doesn't really work. And also my fingers are getting stuck on the strings. My pads are peeling off once again. I don't think I can get much further with that song now that I'm like looking at the tab. Which is a shame. But unfortunately that's the way it goes. Making that like popping noise. I think this is the first time I've struggled this much to find a song. Like, genuinely, I'm getting nowhere here. Let me check the tab. Let me check the tab for this one. And then pray I haven't played it. Oh, maybe. Let's try it. I'll say the name of the song after, but the vocals for this one do get like really high at some point, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to match that while staying quiet. So we'll see how I struggle. After dark, falling star, I'm your one call away. The whole song is high. Motel halls, neon walls, when that fall, I am your escape. When you lay alone night. Oh, I gotta change the key. This is as soon as I start going, you know something is wrong. If I just like drop the key a half step. Actually, this one's got the same rating, but it's like, why would anybody do it like that? Yeah, no, that's not much better, is it? What do the comments say? I'll transpose it down like 2. Up. Nope. Right, best of odds this, I suppose. So I might just have to go in on the vocals. Right? Let's caper, come on. get so high to match Joji. This is a struggle. Oh, Edinburgh, after dark. Yep, okay, we're just going to sing very low, I guess. Oh, Edinburgh, after dark, falling star, I'm no one called away. Motel halls, neon walls, when there falls, I am your escape. When you lay alone, I ache. Something I wanted to feel. If you've been waiting for falling in love, then you don't have to wait on me. 'Cause I've been aiming for heaven above, but an angel is what I need. Not anyone, your fun is. Oh, that. We are out of the chorus. Not anyone, the one, more than fun. You're the sanctuary. So what you want is what I want. Sincerity. Souls that dream alone will awake. I'll give you something so real. If you've been waiting for falling in love, baby, you don't have to wait on me. 'Cause I've been aiming for heaven above, but an angel ain't what I need. Hold me oh so close, 'cause you never know just how long our lives will be. If you've been waiting for falling in love, baby, don't have to wait on me. 'Cause I've been aiming for heaven above, but an angel ain't what I need. That was pretty terrible, if I'm being honest. Because, like, for the first chorus, I was like, right, but for the rest of it, I'm like, oh, it's not good. I dare say that was off key, but it could have been in key if I stepped down. I don't know. Yeah. What a frustrating song to play when play quietly. If I'm playing it loud, I can like fully commit to the vocals, and that's just fine, but not here, I guess. Let me just go to another one of my playlists and see if there's anything that I'm like, oh yeah, I do know how to play that even though it's not in the thing. The playlist I'm looking at is mostly Cave Town. how hard it is to play Telescope. Not by Cage the Elephant, because we've done that one, I think. Let's see. Okay, that one is Cage the Elephant. I'm looking for Cave Town. Second. That's too complicated. See, as he got older, his songs got more complicated. I've been having an issue lately that I don't think I had before, where the way I'm like, I cross my legs over the opposite leg's knee when I'm playing guitar because it gets it higher up, and that makes it a little easier to play when they see what I'm doing. I don't know, I'm more comfortable like that. But recently it's been making my leg fall asleep, which is not great. There's like a 10-minute gap between songs here, isn't there? Because I can't remember what I have and haven't played. Played Cowpole, played This Is Home, played Hug All Your Friends, Night Knuckles. Surely I've played Banana Bread and all that. I just don't know. I really need to go over it at some point here and figure out what I've actually played. Another thing I need to do is standardize my playlist pictures, because right now it's pretty random. Okay, I think this is a piano song. But maybe this will be good. I want to play it further down. Oh, that's easy. Down 4. Okay, that's not easy. I'll stick with that. Yeah, I'll try this one. This is the Night of Trials, I guess. I only feel like I'm losing you, even when you're here in my arms. Even when I'm holding you close, my dear, I still don't know where you are. I only feel like I'm losing you, even when you tell me you'll stay. Even when I know that I'm home again, you feel so far away. There's nothing new that I could do. The light is turning to the... Oh, how's that go? Come on. What is C? Oh. There's nothing new that I could do. that better the second time round. I wanna feel like I'm losing you, even when you say that I'm not. And even though it's not like it used to be, everything else you forgot. And don't say it never was said yet. It's still nice to remember that. And I'm better now because of it. Oh, but I'm moving on. There's nothing new but I could do. The sun is turning to the moon. The light is fading into blue, into the night. That was pretty rough as well. I probably should have had a drink of water before I even tried to play that one, but once again slipped my mind. That is a frightening sound. It makes me feel like the seal on my water bottle is not doing its job very well. You know, now that I've played one Dayglow, I wonder what else I could Wait, what the hell? Why does he have a song in the Minecraft movie? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Please, don't tell me in the comments. I don't want to know. Let's see. I think I played this one. Okay, not according to the list, I guess. So I'll try this one. Once again, they want me to put the capo on the 4th fret. Are you mental? Okay, I suppose the alternative is not great. At some strange simulation, what intonation is going on? I get the feeling I'm participating in a demonstration, they're just playing along. Is it real? I still wouldn't know. Yeah, this key feels completely wrong. If I just drop the capo down, what's that do for me? It's a weird strumming pattern as well. It's like... I don't think I can do that and sing at the same time, so we're just going to have to deal with the sort of annoying thing that's going to be going on here. My inside some strange simulation. What intonation is going on? I get the feeling I'm participating in a demonstration. It's playing along. Is it real? I still wouldn't know. Each day I'm growing up like ivy. Leaves surround me. Can't see a thing. No, I don't know. I don't think I can sing this one. As each day I'm growing up like ivy. No, there's something about it that's like not sitting well with my vocal cords, at least right now. Why is this so tough for me tonight? My singing's not been particularly good this night, tonight either. Like, if this is somebody's first video, they're gonna think like, oh, this guy cannot sing or play. That's what I'd think. I wonder. Here's one song I've never been able to play. Let me check the chords for it. Because it had like one absurd chord in it that I didn't like, and because of that I never learned to play it. I was caught inside the wreck. Never found my way out. No, what? That song pattern's incorrect. Okay, yeah, we'll try that. I was caught inside the wreck. Never found my way out. House filled with indifference. The animals, they were getting tired. So I sang them a song. This is tough. Promise not to take too long. I can't find my way back home. I listen to you if you want me to, but you have to share a smoke. I've been running wait, hold on, I've lost. Huh? No. Running against the wind, and I can hear the angels calling. Madness has been pulling me right back out of my stride. I feel the change in the rising tide, and my blood is in the room. I buried all my wrongs there with my youth. This is tough. Maybe it might be easier with a pick. Oh, I don't know. I buried all my wrongs there with my youth. Outside, that meant to happen at the same time? The chord sheet here has like chords for the background vocals, which sort of overlap with the main vocals. Then, because of that, I don't know if these timings are correct. That's a bad way to do it. I'm on the outside, I'm falling apart. Pleased to meet you. No, come on. Pleased. Hello? Pleased to meet you. Excuse my hands. I've been bitten by an enemy that's pretended to be my friend. I just realised I mentioned this song last video because this song has the line, or it has the word chagrin in it. That's coming up in like the next few lines. Unfortunately, I cannot play this song seemingly because the strumming pattern doesn't work with my brain. Or my hands, I guess. Intended to be my friend. No, I never wanted to be like them. I was just too clever to got down to their level of misfortune chagrin. I don't care now what it's worth. And if it's bad enough, I'll follow you to the bloody end. Come on, live my life the way I want. They're not afraid of the freedom of deliverance, so I take it on stride. I feel a change in the rising tide, and someone's in the room, buried on my guilt there with my youth. Oh, give up on me. This is rough. It's even more rough because the vocals are a trip as well. Like, if you've heard the song, you'll know what I mean, but like, the second verse starts, well, pleased to meet you, excuse my hands. I've been bitten by an enemy that's pretended to be my friend. No, I never wanted to be like them. Thought I was just too clever to be brought down to the level of misfortune chagrin, which is in a completely different pitch to the first verse. But then, as it gets to the second half of the second verse, here it goes. It's like, I don't care about romance, I don't care about what. If you lift this burden off my back, if you lift this burden off my back. In that one line, it goes from the like completely low voice to Mark Foster's very high voice. I'll follow you to the bloody end. And then it goes right back down the next line. Live my life the way I want. But no one can tell me they're not afraid of the freedom of deliverance. Well, I take it all in stride. Feel the change in the rising tide. Well, when someone's in her room, buried on my guilt there with my youth. It's a rough song, which is why I don't ever try to play it, and I think I've sort of retroactively decided that this is going to be the screw up, like the super scuffed screw up guitar episode. Speaking of songs I never properly learned how to play, let's try this one, and I've just nudged the mic twice. So something so. So this song uses a technique that I am incapable of at the moment, because it's like it takes more control than I can like sustain, I guess. So you hit the lowest note, like the lowest string, right? Then strum however many times, in this case it's 2, and then you hit the next the next highest string from the lowest string. So it's like, and that's a very common technique, right? But I just can't do it. Doesn't work with my brain. So most of the time when I encounter it, I forgo it if I can. But in the case of this song, it's like the whole thing. So I can't forgo it, so I just forgo playing the song. Another song that uses it that I do play is Snowbank Blues by the Backseat Lovers, which is supposed to use that technique, but I don't, again, because I'm incapable. However, in the album version of the song, they also forgo it in some of the parts, whether intentionally or just by accident. So I feel less bad, and there's enough chord changes to it and it's more vocally led, so it's not like a huge issue. Anyway. I wonder which of these have I played. I've played Pile Driver. Oh, have I seriously not played any of the other ones? Wait. Oh, rather, I don't have any of them on the list. It's Pile Driver. Maybe I haven't played Pile Driver. Stuck. What have I played? Hiding Tonight, Glass in the Park. I guess I haven't played Pile Driver once. That sort of makes things easier for me, I think. Because this song is quite easy to play. So I'll try that. We'll try this one. I think I learned how to play and sing this one pretty early on as well. It might have been the first one I recorded for that purpose. Well, whatever. Anyway. It's the face of a stopwatch on the back. Oh, that's the wrong key. Hold on. It's the face of a stopwatch. That's it. It's the face of a stopwatch on the back of a raindrop, and they're the swap for the sand in an hourglass. Had an unhappy ending, sort of sounds like you're leaving. Had the pie and driver walls, it woke me up this morning. My voice is still a bit croaky. Looks like you've been for breakfast at the Heartbreak Hotel, and sat in the back booth by the van for tender literature on how to lose. Your waitress was miserable, and so was your food. If you're gonna try and walk on water, make sure you wear your comfortable shoes. Wow, what is going on with my voice? A hem. No, it's not right either. Whatever. We'll keep going. We're doing it live. Mysteries flashing amber, gold green when you answer, put the reds on the rest of the questionnaire. Well, I'm off beat. Hold on. Mysteries flashing amber, gold green when you answer, put the red on the rest of the questionnaire. Never changes. Heard the news that you're planning to shoot me out of a cannon. Heard the pile driver walked and woke me up this morning. Look like you've been for breakfast at the Heartbreak Hotel. Sat in the back booth by the hand for tender literature on how to lose. Your waitress was miserable, and so was your food. If you're gonna try and walk on water, make sure you wear your comfortable shoes. Oh, a pile driver. Probably would have gone fine if not for my voice sort of screwing up. That song's very interesting because there's that version of it that comes off of the Submarine soundtrack, for which Alex Turner did the score, but there's a version off of the Suck It and See album, which for me is probably their my second favourite album of theirs. It has my least favourite songs of theirs on it, but also some of my favourites. Why is everything so difficult? Why must it be so hard? Why? Yeah, let's play Funeral by Phoebe Bridgers, why not? This one should be easy enough. I'm singing at a funeral tomorrow for a kid a year I've been talking to his dad, and it makes me so sad. When I think too much about it, I can't breathe. And I have this dream where I'm screaming underwater, all my friends are all waving from the shore. And I don't need you to tell me what that means. I don't believe in that stuff anymore. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so blue all the time. And that's just how I feel. Always have, and always will. Always have and always will. I have a friend I call when I've bored myself to tears, and we talk until we think we might just kill ourselves. Then we laugh until it disappears. Last night I blacked out in my car, and I woke up in my childhood bed, wishing I was someone else, feeling sorry for myself. Now I remembered someone's kid is dead. Jesus Christ, I'm so blue all the time, and that's just how I feel. Always have, always will. Always have and always will. And it's for him again. And I'm doing nothing again. I kind of forget how the end goes, right? It's like on beat and it keeps going, but I don't know, I'm not great at it. Phoebe Bridgers' songs are easy to play, thank God. And of course everybody's like hyperanalyzed her her songs and such, so they know exactly how she plays them live and whatnot. What you did, and I miss you like a little kid. I faked it every time, but that's alright. I can hardly feel anything, hardly feel anything at all. He gave me 1,500 to see your hypnotherapist. I only went one time, you let it slide. Fell on hard times a year ago, hoping you would let it go, and you did. I have emotion. Oh, how's that? How's that go? Come on. Emotion sickness. I have emotion sickness. Somebody roll the windows down. There are no words in the English language. I could seem to drown you out. Come on, next one. It's fine. I'm on the outside looking through. You're throwing rocks around the room, and while you're breathing on your back in the glass, I'll be glad that I made it. I'm sorry that it all went down like it did. I have emotion. I have emotion sickness. Somebody roll. Why is my thing buzzing? That's annoying. I have emotion sickness. Somebody roll the windows down. There are no words in the English language. I could scream to drown you out. And why do you sing with me? I'm gonna go crazy. It keeps buzzing. Why is it buzzing? This has been an extremely rough recording. And why do you sing with an English accent? I guess it's too late to change it now. You know, I'm never gonna let you have it. I will try to drown you out. It's because I'm not pressing the strings hard enough. He said when you met me, you were born. You said when you met me, you were born. And you were in a bed when I was born. I have emotion sickness. Wow, this tab sucks. I try to stay clean and live without Helen. You know what would have happened if I surrendered to the sound. Surrendered to the sound. We got one good song in, but even then I messed it up. This is infuriating. If I'm being completely honest, I am full of rage. Not good. Yeah, Sometimes I wonder when I mess up songs if people are more put off by me messing up the songs and playing them wrong and singing them wrong, or if they're more put off by me stating and emphasizing that I've done it wrong. I feel like the combination is deadly, but it's right. I have to tell myself before somebody else does, right? Just the way it goes. You know what, a song I've been practicing, but I only played a few videos ago. I think in the first outside recording I played it, but I've gotten quite good at it. So I'm just gonna play it again. It's I don't remember the name. It's a Racing Mount Pleasant song. We're gonna end it on this one. How do you do the things you do? What does it take to clean your room? You must be feeling pretty good. We can all see it in the way you move. Is it alright? Are we alright? This time I know you're always right. Things are sounding great like I knew they would. It's turning out just fine, judging by the view. You're gonna have to choose real soon. Maybe I can visit in a week or two. I know what you meant to say. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yesterday, if you heard the news, are we alright? Is we alright? I messed up, but this. Are we alright? Are we gonna be alright? This time I know you're always right. My foot's falling asleep again because I crossed my leg. I forgot the lyrics to that one halfway through. So now I'm going to look them up because I can't let that stand. It's Sayburn, that's the name of the song. Lyrics, where are they? Credits. Gimme. Things have been okay. Let's have to stay. Yeah, I missed one line. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. Anyway, that was pretty miserable, if I'm being honest. But maybe you got some enjoyment out of that. I'm kind of just angry at myself. But that's fine, because it's a different emotion to what I was feeling 2 hours ago, which was dread. I really, knowing I have work tomorrow, I just didn't want to move because I knew moving to do anything would get me closer to having to go to work tomorrow. But now I'm thinking less about that, and I'm probably fine to go to work tomorrow. Though I'd love to call in sick. I'm not going to, but I'd love to. Anyway, I'll post again soon. Good night. Bye-bye. Hope you sleep well. And if you're listening to this in the morning, perhaps just put off listening to it for a few hours. Maybe. Good night.